Welcome back to 144 FPS Games, the only place where we turn strategy and chaos into entertainment gold. Today we're diving deep into the maelstrom of trap spells and, well, orc giblets with Orcs Must Die, Deathtrap. This isn't your average tower defense game, my friends. It's a hybrid that mixes action strategy and just the right amount of insanity. In this video, we're covering gameplay mechanics, graphics, sound design, replayability, and throwing in some personal anecdotes from my time battling these poor, unsuspecting orcs. Stick around till the end, where we'll break down the pros and cons to help you decide if this game is worth your time and gold coins. And, hey, if you've ever wondered, can I creatively obliterate an army of orcs with a combination of spikes, acid, and magic? Then buckle up, because this review is for you. Grab your popcorn, strap in, and let's get this show rolling. So what exactly is Orcs Must Die? Deathtrap. Well, it's a strategic tower defense game with a twist of action RPG mechanics. Available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox platforms, it combines the thrill of setting up elaborate traps with the satisfaction of taking matters into your own hands. Think of it as a fusion of strategy, chaos, and sheer orc punishing fun. At its core, the game asks one simple question: how creatively can you annihilate wave after wave of orcs? And let me tell you, the answer is very. From spiked floors to wall-mounted buzzsaws, and good old-fashioned magic spells, you'll have plenty of tools to play with. The game's premise is simple, but it's the execution that makes it shine. You're tasked with defending your base from relentless waves of enemies using an arsenal of traps and abilities. It's like being the director of a macabre slapstick movie where the stars are orcs who just can't catch a break. By the way, can we talk about how orcs are always the bad guys in these games? Like, what did they ever do to deserve this? Food for thought. Gameplay is where Deathtrap shines. It takes the best parts of traditional tower defense games, building traps, planning strategies, and spices things up by letting you jump into the action. You're not just the architect of destruction, you're also the executioner. The maps are labyrinthine and full of possibilities. You'll need to analyze enemy paths, place your traps wisely, and adapt as new waves of enemies introduce unique challenges. And speaking of enemies, it's not just orcs you're dealing with. Expect a colorful variety of foes, each with their own quirks and weaknesses. From bulky tanks that shrug off minor damage to speedy little monsters who slip past your defenses every wave. Forces you to think and adapt. As for the traps, oh, they're glorious. Spinning blades, flamethrowers, freezing fields. The game lets you get as creative as your sadistic heart desires. There's a twisted joy in finding the perfect combination of traps to maximize the chaos, and the best part, you can actively fight alongside your traps using weapons and abilities. Imagine combining a perfectly placed acid sprayer with a well-timed lightning spell. Satisfying doesn't even begin to cover it. The difficulty ramps up as you progress, but in a way that feels fair. Each success builds your confidence, while each failure teaches you to plan better. It's a cycle of experimentation and reward that keeps you hooked. Pro tip: don't stand too close to your own traps. Trust me, it's not a good look. Visually, Deathtrap doesn't break new ground, but it's charming in its own way. The art style is vibrant, the animations are fluid, and the traps are beautifully brutal. Every environment feels like a deadly playground with enough variety to keep things fresh. From ancient ruins to dark forests, the maps are as much a character in this story as the orcs themselves. And the sound design, let's just say the orc screams are oddly satisfying. The music ramps up the intensity during key moments, and the sound effects for each trap add an extra layer of immersion. Whether it's the hiss of a flame trap or the crunch of a spiked wall, every sound is crisp and impactful. It's the kind of game where you'll want to wear headphones just to catch every satisfying detail. But as pretty and punchy as the game is, does it have the depth to keep you hooked? Let's talk replayability. One thing I appreciate about Deathtrap is its replayability. The idea of solving a crime in real time is very cool, with the display ability to be relied on to help you solve the crime. It is a built-to-sell action game. Check out, the game is a sandbox of destruction, and each level can be approached in countless ways. Want to test new trap combinations? Go for it. Feel like experimenting with different builds for your character? The game encourages it. There's also a co-op mode, which adds a whole new layer of strategy and chaos. Nothing says teamwork like arguing over who's responsible for letting an orc through. And trust me, things can get hilariously tense in co-op mode. And if you're a completionist, the game has plenty to offer: achievements, high scores, and leaderboards. The competitive aspect is subtle but present, giving you even more reason to refine your strategies. Trust me, once you've tasted the satisfaction of a perfectly orchestrated wave defense, you'll keep coming back for more. Is it weird to feel proud of outsmarting a digital orc? Asking for a friend? Alright, time to break it down. Here's the verdict on Orcs Must Die UPS. Deathtrap Pros. Unique hybrid of tower defense and action gameplay. Tons of traps and abilities for creative strategies. High replayability with co-op and customization options. Vibrant visuals and immersive sound design. Satisfying challenge that rewards planning and execution. Cons. The learning curve can be steep for newcomers. Some maps feel repetitive after multiple playthroughs. Occasional balance issues with certain enemies and traps. So does Deathtrap live up to its name? Let's wrap this up. In the end, Orcs must die! Deathtrap delivers a chaotic, strategic, and immensely satisfying experience. It's not perfect, but it's a must-play for fans of tower defense games looking for something fresh and action-packed. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe for more gaming content, and let me know in the comments what's your favorite trap combo, and don't forget to check out my review of Sniper Elite Resistance through the End Screen. Until next time, stay sharp and keep those orcs at bay.